Father-in-law gave my husband an ultimatum: divorce me or be cut off financially. I, 30F, am married to my husband, 33M, for 5 years. Our relationship has always been filled with love, mutual respect, and understanding, but recently, things have taken an unexpected turn. My father-in-law, 59M, has always had a dominant influence in my husband's life. He's wealthy and controls much of the financial aspects of our extended family. My husband has always been very close to him, and while I've never liked how controlling his father is, I never thought it would affect our marriage. A few weeks ago, my father-in-law approached my husband and gave him an ultimatum: either divorce me or he would be cut off financially. This statement came as a complete shock to both of us. The reason he gave for this was that he didn't think I was good enough for his son. He believed that my career, lifestyle, and values were not aligned with their family's status, and it was important for my husband to have a wife who would match his financial and social expectations. At first, my husband seemed conflicted. He values his relationship with his father deeply, and the idea of being cut off from financial support was a daunting one, but as the days passed, I could see him wrestling with the decision. I was devastated by the ultimatum. Not only was it an attack on me, but it was also an attack on our marriage. The idea that someone could use money to try to control our relationship felt deeply manipulative and unfair. After a long conversation with my husband, I was honest with him. I told him that if he chose to listen to his father, I would respect his decision. But our marriage would end because I would never tolerate being with someone who values money and external expectations over our love and partnership. I also told him that this was a test of who he really was as a person. If he chose to let money rule his life, then I didn't want to be a part of that life anymore. Eventually, my husband chose me. He told his father that he was not going to divorce me, and if that meant being cut off financially, so be it. I was incredibly relieved and proud of him. My father-in-law was furious, and it caused a huge rift in the family. But I felt validated in my decision to stand up for myself and our marriage. I'm so proud of my husband for choosing me. But I also know that this situation has strained his relationship with his father. He's now in the difficult position of having to prove to his father that he can stand on his own 2 feet without financial help. We've had to adjust to living with less money. But we are much happier and more content now that the pressure of his father's influence is off of us. Update: it's been a couple of months since my husband made the decision to stand by me. The fallout with his father has been intense, but we've managed to keep our relationship intact. My father-in-law has been spiteful and has refused to speak to either of us, especially my husband. He's made it clear that he's not going to give him any financial help. And while that was initially difficult for us, we've adjusted. We've cut back on expenses and restructured our lifestyle. We're living within our means now, and it's been a humbling experience. We've learned how to appreciate the little things, and our bond has grown stronger because we're working together to build our future. My husband has taken up a second job, and we've started focusing more on growing our own business. It's been stressful at times, but it's also been incredibly rewarding. Interestingly, while we're doing well on our own, there's been no sign of reconciliation with my father-in-law. He continues to ignore us, but he's also made subtle attempts to interfere in our lives. For instance, he sent an expensive gift to my husband's workplace, presumably to try to win him over, but my husband declined it. We've both agreed that we don't want to be bought off with material things or false gestures. I can't lie. There are moments when I feel frustrated that we're missing out on family gatherings or social events due to my father-in-law's refusal to accept us, but in the long run, I know that we've made the right choice. My husband has grown so much stronger and more independent since cutting ties with his father's wealth. Our love for each other has deepened, and I feel more confident than ever in our future together. Final update. A lot has happened since my last update, and I wanted to share how things have evolved. I'm thrilled to say that my husband and I are doing better than ever. The financial strain we initially felt has turned into a real blessing in disguise. We've both been working tirelessly on our business, and while it's not making us rich, it's given us a sense of purpose and fulfillment that we never had when we were reliant on my father-in-law's wealth. I've also noticed a significant shift in my husband's character. He's more confident, more self-assured, and he's finally stepping into his own power. It's been inspiring to witness, and I feel so lucky to be by his side during this journey. The emotional toll of my father-in-law's interference was huge, but it's now starting to feel like a distant memory. As for my father-in-law, he's been trying to play the role of the martyr. He reached out to my husband recently, trying to guilt-trip him into returning to the family fold. He told him that he was wasting his life by refusing to accept the support he was offering. But my husband stood his ground and told him that he no longer needed his money or approval. It was a defining moment, and I think it finally hit home for my father-in-law that he could no longer control us. The hardest part has been the loss of our extended family connections. While my husband's siblings and some distant relatives have tried to stay neutral, the rift with his father has caused a lot of tension. We've lost friends, too, who have sided with my father-in-law. But honestly, I think this whole experience has helped us understand who our real supporters are. It's given us a deeper sense of clarity about what's truly important in life, our love, our values, and our ability to stand on our own. We're not rich, but we're genuinely happy. It's been a tough road, but it's been worth it. We've proven to ourselves that we don't need anyone's approval but our own, and that feels like a victory in itself. I'm incredibly proud of my husband, and I'm excited for what the future holds for us.